don't in Northwest, we don't want this. In KZN, we don't want this. In today's videos, I'm just going to react on Orania because of the thing that is being attacked by people from here. You understand? So let's watch this one. This one is attacking. Come on, dog. I give you a chance to speak. I give you a chance to speak.
It's true, South Africans are extremely racist, but it's not the ones that you guys are.
Dog, you see, like, let me tell you something from now. If I'm going to react and someone play music, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it at all. Music behind it.
22nd of April, EFF is planning a march to Orania, the Western Cape, and let's just say it was a unsuccessful.
Come on, like, dog. I think there's a problem with Wi-Fi. Come on, Wi-Fi.
And now they're going to Orania. Now my thing is this.
The land of our forefathers for 100 years, living under apartheid. You know, because of, like, you all know, like, Ramaphosa, when he was celebrating, like, patiently, so with their own time, removing our forefathers from their own land. So in today's, like, we want to fight back. Let's see this one. These are people who
within the town where you had the people with the good jobs earning the money, living in one place, and effectively their servants living around them, but never beside them or in an integrated way. So that's what happened with Orania. You had the white enclave in Orania, settlement of Warrenton, who then settled in Orania. Now, eventually this dam project fell into disrepair, and it was time for people, because there was nothing left to do there, to leave. So all of the workers and the engineers and the apartheid government people left Orania. But the black workers and the colored workers did not leave because they had created homes there, they had set up their homes, and they had decided to.
So, like, these guys say, like, leave it with their own man. Which money? How can black people, our forefathers, living from? How can our forefathers living for, like, our forefathers living? Let me. I want you to show. I want you to see me when I talk about. How can our forefathers, man? Uh, how can our forefathers living for 82, more than 100 years into apartheid, because of ANC existed from 114 years. So after 82, that's where ANC found power for its own people. In that 82 years, black people are going through a pain. ANC coming to save them, but was so bad. People have been killed. People have been losing their life. You're going to say with their own money, where they get the money. Where they get the money. This is a topic that we need to understand that's been stolen. As we must able to stand here and able to understand, like, how these things works. How these things works, man. Our sisters came here for years and not be treating. Let's give this Madala. I hope Madala going to say something that let me give this Madala. Dog, I don't know what's happening here.
The place from overseas to see what they consider the last outpost of apartheid. People object to the fact that Orania is an exclusively Afrikaner village. But if you are Smith or Mkhize, your private home is
This other guy that is busy with the tlhaga there, man. So like for me, it's hard to hear this far away, but I believe what you're saying about people coming together in the farm with what money, guys. This thing we need to ask the history. So like these people came here, right, with nothing, right? They came here with nothing, owning nothing. When they came here, they see our forefathers, right? They beat them, they remove them from their own land. Then they tell their friends from Europe, so like, yo, we got a beautiful land here in South Africa. You're going to give us money. So they got money with our own minerals. You understand? So they got money with our own minerals. They were telling their fathers there, so like, yo, we got the land in South Africa. We can bring our understand. So this is the history that we need to talk about it. Let's give this part three. It's very important. This part three. Let's listen very to it. Orania was stolen. Let's give him chance to speak.
But the black workers and the colored workers did not leave because they had created homes there, they had set up their homes, and they had decided to stay there. So there was effectively a settlement of people who were brought to that settlement precisely because the apartheid government had settled there and lived.
Well, just imagine, dog, our sisters, man, or else they take their land. It's the same as the townships. For example, I told to my wife like we're a true African queen. You understand? So they remove our forefathers from their own land. They beat them. They beat them. They do wrong things to our mothers and sisters, our young sisters. These people, right? When they do that, they move them to Kasi, or they move them to a thing called township from the productive areas, right? Up, this thing of them is going to end. Where black people, like what you mentioned, like now this guy. So like now when they see like black people, they're getting power back and whatever. When you see like black people are starting to get the power ever, they remove them from there. The black people, they build their own houses, they build their own black people, they build houses there in Orania.
Don't take it from me, take it from Cambridge historian Edward Kavanagh, who's looked and probed into the origins of Orania. So in the early 90s, first there was someone who tried to buy this town from the government, Jacques Pretorius. He actually did buy it, but he fell.
Because the Wi-Fi they said is bad. We are going to get the rightful Wi-Fi to talk about this issue. This is a beautiful issue to talk about. So I don't wanna talk about these things and then it's not connecting. It's a problem because of this topic is very important. So I'm going to find the right spot where like Wi-Fi can connect and talk about this kind of issue. This is a very important issue that make us to claim what belongs to us. Even like Orania, you understand? Because of like man to us. There's other things, man, that they stolen from our forefathers that belongs to you. If these people didn't come here, you're going to live the best life. I'm coming to you. You. Hello, Tukuhanik.
And now we're on the brink of a third world war because of theft, land theft. Now you can see what is happening here. Some crazy Afrikaners are sent by AfriForum. They are being oppressed. And America now is punishing South Africa. They don't know that this South Africa is our land. 93% of our land was taken. 95%.
Dog, it cannot run proper. Look in, dog. This guy talk about the serious man, the Wi-Fi, man. I watch it like the Wi-Fi is a problem, though. And this guy, what is race, man? is what we needed. What is red is what we needed to talk about. So like now I try to connect. The Wi-Fi is so bad. So I want to find the rightful spot. Let me go to find the rightful spot so we can talk about this issue. Kiss fila niginti. Anigi, sige rain. What's that feeling? Yeah, you feel like it's this. So you meeting inside this step, ane? You meeting yeah. So like it's this. I say I want to find a rightful spot so we can talk about this issue. This is a sensitive topic we need to talk about. Oh, I know like people watching this video, they get emotional and as not but I feel like I almost
And now we're on the brink of a third world war because of theft, land theft. Now you can see what is happening here. Some crazy Afrikaners are sent by AfriForum to America.
push man this thing no man this is let me do like this guys.
And
Hey, this father is raised. Sorry guys for bad network. Sorry for bad network. I want to refresh it because of this father is talking about a deep topic. Serious topic dog, and I can't afford hello good because of it was hacking dog and very serious topic. I hope like this madam is talking about a serious matter. And like for me, when he talk and then they'll be like scratches. That's a problem.
on the brink of a third world war because of theft, land theft. Now you can see what is happening here. Some crazy Afrikaners are sent by AfriForum to America. They say they are being oppressed. And America now is punishing South Africa. They don't know that this South Africa is a settler colonial state. And
Facts. This is a history we need to focus on.
we are not yet fully free because we need to recover our land.
Facts. We need to recover the land that's been stolen.
93% of our land was taken, 95% of our natural resources were taken, and freedom is not the right to vote only. Freedom means ownership of the land and the natural resources. Now, the Anglo-American, De Beers Company, Venetia, they are owning the mines.
Just imagine, dog. Just imagine people they coming where they coming from. Dog, this guy said Akon no white people living the best life in South Africa. They are living the best life. They cannot live in they cannot live in Europe. You understand? And this Madala is only speaking the facts.
And then we work for them in our land. What freedom is that? So the struggle for the restitution of land and natural resources in South Africa still has to continue. If our generation fails, our
Facts. He says something deep. If our generation fail, them, if they fail about the land back, us will never fail. Us will never fail. We are getting our land back. We are getting the land of our forefathers back. He said like if As we fail, you talk about them, our kids will never fail. How can you fail if you want the land that you need to run business to? How can you fail, dog? These are painful stories that we need to talk about every day. And when you come to my channel, it's all about that. It's all about giving the land back. It's all about a black child. It's all about make sure black child become equal. Black child living the best life. Let's give Julius Malem that we need to hear. Things that are going to give us
to the democratic scrutiny of EFF structures. And that democracy has worked for the EFF as we go to celebrate 11 years of the EFF. What kept it alive?
man, that is the only hope we have. That is the only hope we have. That's the only hope we have.
Is its democratic centralism and the ability to sustain the democratic practices in the organization.
In 30 seconds, what's the message for Kimberley this weekend on Saturday?
The message in Kimberley is that the fighters must remain focused.
The fighters in Kimberley, people in Kimberley, wake up, man. People in Kimberley must wake up, man. And then when EFF take over, our sisters, man, they're going to be smiling.
They must see us emerging victorious. But if we take over government, we're going to build RDP houses in Orania. That is how we're going to de-racialize that place.
You guys have a problem with Wi-Fi. Oh my god. Oh my god. I start to have other ideas because of this thing is not it's not working for me. I talk about Orania, yes. But like when I react, the Wi-Fi is slow. I'm just slow, dog. And this is a sensitive topic we need to talk about. Because this topic involves our forefathers. So we talk about it. This topic include our forefathers. So I talk about it. We talk about it because of it affected our forefathers. We are struggling today because of apartheid. We are living these shacks. We are living in this poverty because of apartheid. So like let me see it's going to work like now. Because of like now I don't like how it's doing it. I don't like its behavior. It's good. I don't like it. Let me check something that this guy here first.
I will salute all the South African citizens the day they will take a step, a decision to go to Orania and do xenophobia against the white people who are living there. Because they already created a continent inside of South Africa. They have their own military, their embassy, using American dollar. And the worst part is allowed to enter there. If you are brave, you are strong enough, you are the giant of Africa, the way you say you are, just go there to Orania. Ambani no kipa lava lunga, ambani no kipa lama bunu lawa suke la pa. Nishise ni destroy lenda olia, inga sa exist la South Africa. If you begu hiti, ama foreign, ama Zimbabwe sihlala lapha, bezova shisi wile kudala.
So like this everyone opinion, because of like we all have opinions though. This guy's opinions like I don't like how South Africans they treat Zimbabweans, um, they treat people from outside Africans, but people from Europe don't treat them the way they treat Africans. Right? You say like if you guys are saying you're agent of Africa, why don't go and challenge those people who are saying like black people are not allowed to stay? Yeah. Go to challenge them and show us we're a true giant. This is on his opinion. Right? Everyone share their own opinion. Even like you, when you're watching this video, you can share your own opinion and sharing whatever you're thinking. That's your own opinion, man. Me, I can. You're going to listen to this guy. I don't know. I'm asking myself what's happening.
Les Blancs ne représentent que ceux de la population, mais détiennent toujours les 3/4 des terres et la plupart des richesses du pays.
I don't like the sounds, man. You think about the sounds, man. They get soon you react on the sounds. They get what is this? Copyright. They get copyright. Let's see this one.
Meet Shadrach Schlaude, a senior leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters Party. He vows to become the first black South Africa's notorious whites-only town, Orania.
I am going to be a resident of Orania. I'm going with my collective, the leadership of the EFF. I'm going to fight tooth and nail that we are going to be one society and be inclusive.
Schlaude was speaking on.
So, like, could be this Orania first black resident. Because say like we are going to stay there in Orania, no matter what. So like this young man we just watched like now, he said like I'm going to stay in Orania whether they like it or not. He said like that. He said like whether they like it, I'm going to stay there. They said like, it's going to be the first resident to stay there. Yeah. Because when I check here, this thing is so hard, man. I don't lie, it's so hard. It's very hard. So let's check around. Remember, this thing like is a reaction, dog. We want our land back. So let me see like this one.
Why can't a black person come here? It's not the right question. It's more a question like a marriage between two people. It's an exclusive affair. Doesn't mean you're against anyone else.
Imagine a town frozen in time. In a remote part of South Africa lies Orania, a small isolated community.
In Africa.
Black people cannot live or work here. Every job is reserved for the whites.
Do I believe that Orania is racist? Of course.
You are preserving your culture on belongs to South Africa.
I love how this guy asks questions, dog. I just done a video of this guy and I love how he asks questions, you know. He asks questions to show not bravery, right? What's happening like now?
The land here we bought, we paid for it.
From who?
Well, at that stage, we bought it from the previous owner, which was the government.
I don't think an African can leave Africa, go to Europe, and say that we just bought this land and no one is allowed to come in.
We feel part of this continent, and maybe people don't agree, but I don't have another home. Obviously, I know that I have European roots.
Yeah.
For 400 years, my people have been here.
Okay, this is a beautiful topic, but like the Wi-Fi does not allow me. This is a beautiful topic, but the Wi-Fi does not allow me. It give me hard times, but I'll keep on pushing up. I want to check the battery. Dog, I'll keep on pushing up, no matter Wi-Fi is allowing me or what. We are going forward. We are going forward. Let's go.
I love Africa. I don't want to live anyplace else. When I've been overseas, this is the only place that I feel at.
Go to stay in shacks then. Go to stay in shacks. We're going to tell us shacks. That is the government was aside from them construction team. The land was not bought. They are lying. So if levies can go to stay in gas.
Orania.
Orania is a unique and controversial town in South Africa, located in the Northern Cape along the Orange River.
Yes.
Established in 1991.
Interesting.
What?
Interesting.
Just imagine 1994, that's where we got our freedom. And then this I'm saying like black people, our forefathers were living in they were living in apartheid more than 100 years. Whereby they were so depressed and make sure like they follow their culture. They don't know Christianity. Right? And I understand like now why so black people are so upset with Christianity. You understand? It's because of during apartheid, man. They were forcefully for this year. God is going to bring the land. Hey, God is what? Where is God, man? This all this kind of stuff. God is going to bring the land. God is going to do this. God is going to do this. Even like today, in 114 years, in the 2 years of freedom, we never got our land.
Excuse-moi. Orania, a white-only neighborhood in South Africa, was established in 1991.
So it makes you think it was a plan for 1994 to happen.
And also, as part of the arrangements, you better sign that you never do anything there, huh?
Yeah. That yes. You cannot touch anything in this place. Yeah.
You cannot touch that town.
Please.
Because in 1991, actually, that's when Madiba
Was released. Yes. Makes you think, huh?
Although the democratic elections only took place in 1994.
Oh.
Do you have, please take this one. When the continuation of apartheid,
yes,
of whites only establishments or places was being
formed. Yeah, there was a plan.
There was a plan.
Afrikaners in South Africa have made headlines by rejecting a proposal from President Trump to relocate them to the United States.
Just imagine. So I want to do like this.
Concerns over land reform.
Oh, good. We still like talk about what happened during apartheid. Even today, as a black child who's living in poverty and hoping, thinking to like, man, if like these people didn't come here, if these people didn't come from Europe, coming here to do what they've done to our sisters, we'll be living the best life now. Africa will be one. We're able to live the best life that we need to live because the life we are living is a life that they created for us. Because of after they stole everything from our forefathers, they make them domestic workers. They make them garden boys. They created schools so that when we finish those schools, we can be workers to work for them and make them rich. So even though you have degrees or what, you're still working for them. You're still working for their companies that benefited during apartheid even today. in 2026. So like now it's time to wake up. And the only way to wake up, man, I hate to say the only way to wake up is through EFF. Because ANC, yes, ANC is doing well. ANC have affirmative actions. ANC has affirmative actions. ANC has BBE. ANC implemented land without paying any cent. The land must be returned without any paying cent. Yes, it's doing the work, but this land is a thing that they put into a law, but we are still waiting for it. Just imagine, just imagine that. Just imagine. Let's share. Let's see the.
And safety in South Africa. Donald Trump sanctioned South Africa after President Cyril Ramaphosa signed into law the land expropriation without compensation bill. However, many Afrikaners can't see themselves as refugees. They emphasize their deep roots in South Africa, dating back to the 17th century, and express a strong desire to remain in South Africa.
No, it's either like they're going to share the land or they're going back home. It's like that. It's either they're going to share the land with us, the owners, the rightful owners, or they are going back home. We are going to have that discussion. We are going to have that discussion. It's either they comply with this law of this country, or they go back home, or they go to Trump. Uncle Trump, they believe, or they go to Trump. Maybe Trump can help them with their houses there in America.
While some see relocation as a solution,
These men are part of our history. No nation's history is only good, but also no nation's history is only bad.
Why don't go do your history to disrespect us, to show us people who killed innocent souls? Because of what we are seeing here, we see people who kill innocent souls from their own land. Just imagine your mom, your father went through this pain, through this suffering because of his own the land. People from where they came from, they do all those things. Do them where you coming from. Do them who? How?
Would you agree with me if I say that this man performed a lot of atrocities in the past?
Obviously, these are controversial figures, and I think that's why Orania is also a solution to a lot of the international conversation about monuments, because this is on private land, private funds, and it's our history.
There is no private land there. There is no private land. This is our land. Call like man, we need people. These people they want to see us so angry. There's no this thing called a private land. Hey. This is our land, dog. Private land there. There's no this thing of private land.
I know it's your history, but at the end of the day, a lot of people were harmed in the process. You don't think if you are embracing this, you're definitely embracing apartheid?
Is it okay to celebrate Shaka Zulu leader? Do you know who that is?
I know who Shaka Zulu is.
He killed a lot of people. Is it fine to celebrate him?
Hi, this girl love to. I don't understand people they love to compare themselves with us. Hey, Zulu land. This is our forefathers' land. And they come Zulu, they have their own land, they have their own cash. But Zulu people they don't say they don't want Chinese, they don't want Indian, they don't want white person in KZN. Same to us as Stora people. Obvious, your argument is simply your judgment. You have no idea what is coming at the moment. There's not a sanction against the say. Just watch the space too. Where do you get the land, big man? This is the land of my forefathers. Before your forefathers came in this side in Africa, came where they came from and then beat them and then done wrong thing to our sisters. Your forefathers. I'm talking to this one who write on this. Your forefathers when they came here done wrong things to people, to my forefathers, removing them from their own land, beat them, so that you today, as you speak, sit in your comfortable space there, so that you can live the best life. So that us as a black child, we can struggle like as we do today because of apartheid, because of we are landless. I thought you got what you want. You got the answer you want. The reason we are living this life today, the reason black people are living the shakes, the reason black people are so depressed and traumatized, the reason why we have nothing is because of your forefathers, it's because of apartheid. And us as the youth of this country, us the rightful owners of this country, we are going to fight back. Like what ANC have done to put the law that we can get our land back, even the land that does not work, we can take that land and run our own businesses so that we can be equal to you. Because of you guys own 70% of this economy. As we own what? 4% in our own country, in our own continent. You are playing. No, why these guys say like obviously your arrogance is obstructing your judgment. You have no idea what is coming at the moment. Dog, our forefathers fought apartheid with guns. You think like we are afraid of the second apartheid or the third apartheid or the USA? They think like black people they are afraid of USA or America. We are not. That's where the country need to be fixed. When the pain come now, maybe Trump can do what they want to do to South Africa or whatever, but that's where the changing is happening like now. Change, it comes with pain. Change come with pain, Baba. This guy is a where do we get the land? I'm from the land, me. I didn't get it. I'm from it. It's a, you can see me. Look, dog. You don't have to ask me thousand questions. But me, I can ask you thousand questions. So like, where do you get the land? Where your forefather get the land? Me, I can ask you those questions, but you can't ask me those questions, right? So you're not going to come here act like apartheid never existed. You're not come here going to act like people who are living their best life today they benefited from apartheid. You guys would think we are our ancestors, eh? They think like these black people you can see the youth you're seeing, they are like their forefathers who have been abused and take everything. Hey boy, not us. Us are going to fix our Africa. We are going to fix it. I'm just reacting, and this guys, yes, our arrogance is growing. Even Ramaphosa said, "Black people they are hungry for their land." You can do a protest. The protest, Trump. You guys love to Trump. I never saw people love to cry like this, man. I never saw people love to cry like this. As we face struggle, we face us, our forefathers. They fought it. I don't know if you were listening to ANC when Ramaphosa was saying that. As we stand there, our forefathers fighting, fighting with stone. You are playing you. This guy, man, this guy is playing though. He thinks like we are afraid of USA. Every time when they supposed to be equal to black people, they run there, they're busy crying, Trump, oh, Trump. Oh." You can call Trump, man. You can call Trump, but justice will happen in this country. Because the only thing that differentiates people, justice. They don't want justice, historical justice, where like black people, they don't own their own land. And then you're going to get people like this crying. Crying. What is supposed to be equal? You know, like Nelson Mandela. I never understand though. When I was growing up, we were talking about Nelson Mandela. I was so young, man. They say like Nelson Mandela sell this country. I was like, I was very young. I didn't put it into mind when they said Nelson Mandela sold or whatever with English. This country, I never understand what they're talking about. when they say Nelson Mandela sold this country. Now I understand when they say this guy sold this country. I get it. People they coming from, then they want to control us, like what they have done to our forefathers. They beat them and do wrong things. They think they can do it to us. When we say even the government, the constitution, say like now we can claim the land. So it does not see them well. Don't see them well. Even us does not see them well struggling like this while we have the land. How should we struggle like this in our own country, in our own land, and struggle like this, dog? Uh, we are not our forefathers, man. If you think like things that happen to our forefathers, it can happen to us, will never. We are hungry for the land of our forefathers. You know, like man, this thing is a fact though. Their forefathers, they work so hard to beat our forefathers, to abuse our mothers, so that they can live the best life. Let's see other people. Let's see other people's opinions. Just imagine this guy. You are playing. Let's see others.
The EFF claims Orania's existence is against.
Go to different courts of this country and demand this matter be taken into consideration. It must be heard in court if that's the push. But we don't want to go that route yet. We are saying let there be political engagement. Let there be a political decision.
When the North Cape EFF say it may pursue court action if there is no response on its memorandum calling for abolishment of white Afrikaner in Cave, Orania. The party described Orania as a state within a state. SABC reporter. My brother, we don't care when. The only thing we want diversity. We want to live in the same place, like Freedom Charter says. I don't know if you know a Freedom Charter, because right now we need to be able to explain to people what the Freedom Charter is. We need to teach people about the constitution of this country, human rights, with the right to speak, freedom of speech. You understand? So we 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 want to live in our forefathers' land.
into Orania, as it will prove the Volksstaat operates without public funding.
A community is not something that you dissolve or that you stop being by a decree or something. You can do that with an organization. You can outlaw an organization, but a community is just there. And it's not really possible to dissolve it by legislation or by decree or whatever. So we could traverse a road of confrontation.
You know, like it's not like everyone can share their opinion about Orania. Because we are living in a democracy country. You understand? Uh, Even Zulu people, they can say like we don't want Chinese, we don't want Indians, we don't want but in our province. Even to other people, not West, we can say like we don't want those. This is a democracy. Anything can happen in democracy. Anything in democracy can happen. To say like we don't want these people in our own country, our own culture, because they came here think like we don't have culture. You know, people they came here and they think they are the only one with the culture to put black people aside. So like we want to preserve our own culture. Why you act like us? We don't have culture. Your forefathers found us here having our own culture, and then they come here. We want to preserve our own culture. Why don't go to Europe? Go to do it to Europe and stop disturbing our peace. How? Like what is happening here? What is happening is calling work. It's calling citizen responding back to what they are saying because they've been oppressing us. To say like we are preserving our culture. We need to talk back. You need to, as a black child, to raise your voice. We need to talk about apartheid. We need to talk about what happened to your forefathers' land. This is what our forefathers fought for. This is what ANC fought for. To speak your mind, to speak your truth, to speak your opinion. Democracy. Because of during that time, as a black child, and talking like me, as a black child talking like this during apartheid, I'll be in prison now. During apartheid, me as a black child, we say like, who are you? Talk about our people, like talk about the land of your forefathers like that. Yeah? Talk about the land of your forefathers like that to us, making us not feel comfortable. Because of this is the truth, man. The truth, they thought like black people are going to be workers forever. We are not going to wake up. They thought like this, like you are not going to wake up. You are going to work for them, whether you have masters or PhD. At the end, you're going to work for them because those companies they open during them apartheid. It's like this one they are going to work for us. So they don't know like they are watching. EFF is watching and is busy educating them black child. Hmm? Yeah, man, things change. Things change, Baba. It's not during that time. No, things change. What I want to say. Let's give this ish. Let's listen to this. Come on, it's this thing slow, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
So you want to tell me Julius Malema is unhappy over Orania? He feels, oh my goodness, people, I can't make this up. Don't spoil my lunch here. He feels that Orania shouldn't exist. Or because they don't know how to create Orania, the EFF. So you tell me, people, imagine the EFF try to create Orania. Because what's happening now is why would they want to stop those white people that use their own money to start their own?
Though you don't know nothing. See, like we have people like who have. Like these people we need to deal with now. So you have nothing about history. You know nothing about history. This guy know nothing about history. Talk about Tseras matters here. So going to come here with sticks. The sticks or what?
If I would be a president for more than 3 hours, I would declare that people must go and build in Orania. Black people must go.
You see? See like what our leaders are saying, man. See our leader, they're saying, it's like go to build in Orania.
We build there and we mix them. They appreciate that hatred can never survive peace. It is peace that builds a nation. But I can't. If I was, I would say, go and build in Orania. Others go over to America and ask for them Kulubas who Trump to punish us, but they stay here. Now they are told to go there and be refugees. They are refusing. They must go because we are a free country. We are a sovereign country. We are not a province of the United States. And that sovereignty will be defended. That's why we're happy when we see soldiers here. We know that our sovereignty is protected. Would be a president for more than 3 hours?
Good. We don't want division. Yeah, we don't want division. If you want division, go to do it in Europe. If you want division, do division there in Europe, not there in Africa. So like if I was a president for 3 hours, I'm going to say black people go to build RDPs in Orania. He said like that because of as Africans, we don't want division. We don't want people to come where they're coming from and going to say their own rules here in our own country. He said like if I was a president for only few minutes, I will encourage them to say like go to build RDPs in Orania, like what Julius Malema said. Like what Julius Malema said is what he's saying. So let me give you a chance to listen very well what he said. So because I don't want you to say like, hey, you are making up. I don't make anything up, me. I don't make anything up. I don't make anything up. If I were president for 3 hours, I would advise South Africans to go to build in Orania. See? You see? How? That we are tired of being bullied. It's like we are forefathers. Look, Orania is a racist place. Black people are standing. Let's give him a chance to speak. Yes, you can speak now, say.
Why didn't you enjoy? We'll come on to Orania. The Gayton thing. Firstly, Gayton, I realized that day is a brilliant politician.
Yeah.
There were a couple of reasons why I didn't think it was the best episode that I'd done. It was a brilliant piece of content and it went viral and it got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of things, and I was listening, you and your brother had a chat about it afterwards. And one of the things that I pride myself on is knowing a lot about South African politics and being prepared, right? But what people didn't understand, part of the way that news media works, it was something I was trying to change it. You don't have.
You see, like we're not the only ones, dog, who talks about this, dog. Because like me, I do reaction. I know people they get offended. People they don't want the truth, and we have those clever blacks, man. So like clever blacks, like now, it's over because of like now the youth. Even though we don't want older people, man. Older people they buy them with food. Older people they buy them with kozari.
A lot of time to prepare. So you get told Gayton's coming in 4 hours on the day.
Jeez.
Right? So I didn't have a week or even a day to prep, to sit down and be like, okay, so I have a very short window to try and scan what has happened. And then I must sit with a politician of Gayton's talent and grill them on every detail. So of course, you look at, but in my armor, where I got one date wrong or something, and he just went in and in, and I was like, damn it, man.
Yeah.
And so that kind of grips with later is that I think it's cool to grill people, and I do believe the Orania stuff. I think that was probably the best.
Our forefathers they've been so nice, even though they've been beaten. Our fathers they've been so nice. through the pain of apartheid, through the separation, through not benefiting from their own land, and you are watching this video as a black child, you don't know what's the way forward to us to be equal. I think ANC is the best forward, EF is the best forward, MK is the best forward, maybe is a best forward for black people to be respected. So like yeah, if you need any help or I don't know, like maybe you need help or you're sorted for now. You are sorted for now or you need any help. And I hope you're all doing well. You understand? So people when they stand to say like man, I cannot allow black kids to struggle like this. Go to the school and then after going to school they're going to be broke. Because they suppose they benefited from the land of their forefathers. While those one forefathers, they beating our forefathers what their kids can live the best life. So we need to take the land of our forefathers so that our kids can live the best life too. So like these are all things that are focused on. You understand? These are things that are focused on and ANC. So like no, don't worry, black child. Your time is coming. You're going to get people like this saying like, hey, they're going to run to Trump, like this kind of stuff. So like they're going to run to Trump and things they may happen, because of we want our land, because of we want our land. Let them happen those things. Hmm? Let them those things happen. How? We're not going to be threatened by with Donald Trump. We are not. This is our country. This is Africa. It's not Europe. We can bully. This as we're in charge now.
Just don't like it. It's like, why are you grilling this person?
It's not our culture. It puts
It's not,
people off
right?
and it makes
Yeah,
them just
exactly
not want to be around you or go to any platform of yours again.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
think that's why people like podcasts so much because they're so tired of that accountability interview. And it's like, whoa, I actually got to hear this person finish their thought. So I felt like it was a bit mono. So that's why I was like, if I were to interview Gayton again, which hopefully I will, it would be a very different kind of conversation. But I just felt at the end like, I want to do this so differently, but this is kind of the feel of the show, so I have to do it like this.
Didn't you enjoy, or why are you criticizing episode number 1 and number 2? Just
Let's see what we have here. We need to focus on the deep topics here. We are checking the I don't want the other thing. I don't want the Jacob Zuma. I'm looking for the best one. Let's do this. Yeah, well, let's go. What's happening? I leave it. I would say like, man, this is an educational video. No one is attacked. Talk about the history of Africa, the history of our forefathers, and to remember like, man, we are living what we are living because of apartheid, but it is like ANC is trying to fix what happened, trying to fix the past, and this is so beautiful. I hope one day we're going to get our land back. So like now we give hands to ANC to do what it's supposed to do because of they already put land without pay any cent into a parliament. So like, man, I love you so much. Stay tuned and okay.